We're gonna do the one leg compass drill. So for those of you new to the compass drill, we start in just a standing position like this. I'm gonna reach out and touch and come back to center. And I'm gonna do that for the 8 points of the compass, the ordinal points of the compass. So I'm gonna start with my right foot if you wanna follow along with my directions. So right foot is gonna go north and come back to center, northeast, come back, east, southeast, south, southwest, west, northwest. And that's one round. So one of the things I want to show you is that, so if you need to make it easier, don't reach very far. If you want to make it more challenging, reach as far as you can. So that's the first thing you can do to adjust how difficult it is. The next thing you can do, I'm going to go left foot. When I reach the left foot, I'm going to keep the foot close to the ground, but I'm not going to touch until I get back to the middle. So I'm just going to start in this little toe. So left foot is going to go north, touch in the center, northwest, west, southwest, south, southeast, east, northeast. So what you might notice is if you lightly touch in the middle and don't touch the other ones, it's much more challenging on the other leg. And again, you can play with how far you're reaching, and you can also play with how fast you're going. So the next version that you could try, and if you successfully did the last one, then you should definitely try this next one. We're going to try doing no touches until we finish. So I'll start with the light toe touch. Right foot is going to go first. And then once I pick this toe off the ground, it's going to attempt no touch until I get to the end. So we'll go north, northeast, east, southeast, south, southwest, west, northwest, done. So you could probably see if you're watching the video, it was much more challenging for me. I got a bit wobbly in there, but I managed to do it. And I'm going to do the other side, same thing. And again, if you're doing it, if you're mostly successful, if you accidentally touch a couple of times, that's fine. It's good to find your limit and just keep pushing yourself a little more. So I'm going to start left foot just in this light toe touch. And remember, the goal is no touch until we finish. So we'll go north, northwest, west, southwest, south, southeast, east, northeast, done. That side felt a little better. Maybe it was because I was warmed up. And if you're not sure which one is right for you, you can always test. So I've really tightened up from that drill. It's been a while actually since I've done it. So even though it felt achievable, it's probably a good drill for me because it's challenging my balance on that one leg, especially when I get to the opposite sides. So one of the things you can do, if you've got some of the positions feel easy and some really challenging, you can do the challenging ones extra times, or you can start with the challenging ones. Definitely, if you find areas where you need work, focus on those areas. So the next thing you could do to make things more challenging is hold for a few seconds. So if I went out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, you could do that. And then say for me, if this position was challenging, I could do it extra times and then move on. So finding ways to push your limits a little bit out the comfort zone is good and will get you benefits faster. Just gonna check the time, see how we're doing. Okay, I'm gonna move on to some other things because there's still a few other things I wanted to do today. So just remember on the compass drill, find the one that feels challenging. That's probably the right one for you. If you're trying to do one and you can't do it at all, take back a step. And if you're doing one, you're like, yeah, I got this. This is so easy. It's like push yourself a little bit. You need to expand the comfort zone. Okay, so we've been working on strength the last couple of weeks, and we're going to do it again today with some lunges. So I'll show you from this direction first. So the basic lunge we're going to do is just taking a step all the way down so my knee touches the floor, and then I come back. That same foot is then I'm going to go backwards all the way down, touch my knee, and come back. If for some reason you're not comfortable going all the way to the floor, you can take the step, go a little bit, and come back, take the step. So if you are able to, go nice and slow and controlled all the way to the floor. If that's too difficult, just go a little bit. If you're not comfortable taking a step like that, you can just move your feet apart and just even bounce like this, and you can hang out in that challenging position. So there's always going to be something you can try with that. Okay, so we just did the left leg, so then the right leg would be same thing. Take a step forward, nice and controlled, back, and then take a step back, nice and controlled, back. One of the things when I do the lunges, the goal is that the knee in front is about even with the ankle, or maybe even a little behind it. That will be when your knee is right above the ankle or behind it, is going to be the most stable and safest for your knee. Okay, we're going to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to start in a duck foot stance. So feet are going to be pointed out. And when I take my step, you might notice I'm going to be wide for stability. So I'm going to maintain my duck foot and see if I can do the lunge and try to come back to duck foot. And then that same left foot is going to go back. Whoa. And then I want to come back to duck foot. And what I notice, right, is with the duck feet, I'm not as stable. That's good. It's just a lesson. Okay, stay in the duck foot, right foot, nice and controlled. Come back to duck foot, and then right foot back, and come back. Okay, this next one could be interesting. We're going to point the feet in a little bit. So I'm going to take the left foot forward, then come back, and then left foot backwards, and come back. Those felt a lot more stable to me than the duck foot for some reason. Wasn't necessarily expecting that. Okay, so right foot, the feet are still pigeon-toed, I should say, pointed in. Right foot is going to go forward, come back. Right foot goes back, and come back. And what you're doing here is the advantage of doing all these different lunges, feet straight, duck foot, pigeon toe, is you're hitting your legs in all different ways. And lunges are just a great exercise for getting your legs stronger. You can ask Coach Trish sometime about when I challenged her to do something like 100 a day or something like that. She was a big fan. So we're going to put them all together to make sure you get a nice, good workout today. So again, if going all the way down the floor feels like too much, then just shorten the range a little bit. If you're feeling really good, go nice and slow. I'm going to go slow. So feet straight ahead. I'm going to go left foot down and back. Left foot back, down, back. Right foot nice and slow and back. And right foot back, nice and slow and back. So one of the things that I do is I want to go slow down, but then once I'm coming back up, you can go as fast as you want. And it's usually easier to get back up if you give yourself a little push. Okay, so we're going to go back to duck foot. So we go left foot back, left foot back, and try to end up back in the duck foot. Right foot and back, and right foot back. Okay. And I definitely felt different things going on there from the straight feet. So it's a good thing to explore. And then pigeon toed, left foot and back, left foot back, and then right foot pigeon toed and right foot back. Whew, there you go. And now I get a pretty good sweat going on, but that's good. Get a lot of blood flow going to the legs, which is going to help my recovery. And if those feel pretty good for you, you could do multiple rounds. You could do, so if there's one, two, it's total of 12, right, with all the different foot positions. So if one round you're like, oh, that feels pretty good, it's like you could do 2 or 3 rounds. You really want to get those legs stronger. And what you'll find is with the different foot positions and everything you're doing, it will also translate. You'll get more comfortable with your balance because your system is being challenged by moving your weight through these different ranges. So that's a good one. And if that still feels too easy, you can hold some weights while you're doing it. That will definitely up the challenge a bit.